welcome back to my channel. My name's the Disney Darling, and if you're interested in anything Disney related or travel related, please be a darling and subscribe to my channel. So today, I'm going to be bringing you amazing, awesome tips for an amazing, magical, wonderful honeymoon at Disney World. So, I got this idea by a fellow subscriber. She commented on one of my previous videos about doing tips for adults at Disney. And my mind just kind of went racing here, and I thought, well, why don't I tell you guys about tips for a Disney honeymoon? I went on my Disney honeymoon 2 years ago, and I thought, heck, I have a lot of firsthand knowledge I can give to you guys. And I have not noticed a lot of YouTubers talking about it. So I thought I would hop on here and tell you my tips to have a fantastic honeymoon in Disney. The subscriber who suggested this to me is named Robin S. I will be linking her down below if I can. I will also link the video that she commented on up top. But without further ado, everyone, let's hop on in. So tip number 1, and this is a very important one. So I also wanted to let you guys know I am talking about staying on property at Disney. So all my tips are related to on Disney property and that kind of thing. So I'm not talking about someone who wants to stay off property. So that's just me. I'm just going to talk about on property. But I cannot stress enough to you that you need to pick a good location for you and your spouse to stay during your honeymoon week. It needs to be somewhere that's kind of not overran by kids. I don't know how to say that, but you kind of want time to be with yourselves and have a quiet night. You don't want to have to hear a 2-year-old crying all night long. You kind of just want to enjoy yourselves and relax. And heck, you guys deserve this, because this might and should be your only wedding, your only honeymoon. So, you deserve to treat yourself. But anyway, location is very important, and I have a few suggestions on hotels that I think are beautiful, are quaint, quiet, and it's not overran by kids, which is the most important part. So the first one, and I think that one of the best ones on this list, would be the Polynesian. It is gorgeous, beautiful. It's got wonderful restaurants. I think it has a few bars. It's got Dole Whip. It's got an amazing pool. It has a beach area where you can sit out and watch the fireworks. You also get to see every night there's an electrical parade that comes out on the water, and that's just amazing to look at. And another great thing is when you're sleeping in after having a really nice night and staying up late and hanging with your new hubby or wifey, sometimes you just want to go to the park late, and it's wonderful that you are a monorail ride away. So I love it for that reason. Another one that I suggest is Boardwalk. I am not a drinker. I don't drink at all, and neither does my husband, but Boardwalk has a lot of nice nightlife. They have jelly rolls and some ice cream places, and I think they have a dance club, and they have different shops. So it's really cool for that adult that wants to go out to the bars at night to dance, to have that nightlife. That's a fantastic one to go to. So Boardwalk is fantastic for that. Another one that I have never stayed at because it is hecka pricey, ladies and gentlemen, is the Grand Floridian. Now that one is fantastic. It is beautiful, but it's going to cost you your bottom dollar. But if you want your honeymoon to be incredibly memorable and kind of like blowing your spouse out of the water, the Grand Floridian is the way to do it. But it's also going to blow your wallet right out the water. So I have another one on here that I actually stayed at on my honeymoon that is a fantastic honeymoon one as well, but it is a little bit cheaper. It is the French Quarter, Port Orleans. I absolutely adored that one. If I can figure out how to link photos, I will link one down below to show you kind of what it looked like. It was very small, quaint, wasn't a lot of kids. There was a hot tub. We had a food court. We loved it. There's also carriage rides, which I will touch up on in a minute, but oh, it was fantastic. We didn't stay at Riverside, but I know a lot of people find that beautiful as well. So I would check that one out too. So those are my suggestions. I do have one other that is a little bit different, and this is what I find romantic, but a lot of other people might scoff at me and be like, it ain't. So I would say the cabins at Fort Wilderness. I think a cabin is romantic to snuggle up with your honey, and I think that would be the best place for a honeymoon. But some people don't like that, so that's just my personal opinion. Tip number 2. Wear matching shirts or wear matching something. This is your only time that you can be a big giant cornball and people are gonna praise you for it. You're not gonna get looks that you're weird and like you're a mom and a dad wearing matching shirts when you're 22. You're not gonna get weird looks. People are gonna be praising you for wearing those shirts. So I would go on Etsy, there's Amazon, a family friend could make it. I don't know, maybe some stores near Florida, but wear matching shirts, wear matching hats. There's passport covers that you could get matching ones for people who are traveling outside of the US. You can get matching ears, which is what I'm gonna show you guys right now. This is the bride ear hat that you can get at Disney. On the back of mine it says Mrs. And then my husband got the matching set here, the groom hat Mickey, and on the back of his it says Mr. But I love how detailed these are and how cute these are, and I just think they are to die for. I know right now on Shop Disney, which I'll link down below, they have just like ears that are like bride ears. So they're not the hat, they're like the band. So I think they're very cute. But you can also go on Etsy and they have tons of different ears you could get for bride and groom. Another thing I would suggest is you can look at button shops. They sometimes have really cute happily ever after buttons that like have your favorite Disney character on it. So if you don't like the ones Disney give you, which I'll talk about in just 1 second, you can go with that. Again, this is your one and only time to have a honeymoon. Flaunt it proud, brothers and sisters. Flaunt it. So 3, get a happily ever after button from Disney. So my husband and I got this. These are totally free. You need to get this when you go because when you wear this, a lot of people say congratulations to you, whether it be guests or cast members. People are congratulating you all day long, and it honestly makes you feel amazing. A lot of times when we would pass by cast members, they would tell us, hey, at this store, they're gonna give you a free icy for being a married couple, or here's a Mickey pretzel on Mickey. He wants to give you a congratulations for getting married. So sometimes that did happen to us in the parks. Don't expect that. Those are kind of magical moments, but it really made our wedding and our marriage and our honeymoon it felt so special. And so please get that button. It's free and it doesn't cost you a thing. Tip number 4, make sure you get to eat at a few sit-down restaurants. I think it's very romantic to be able to sit down with your new husband or wife and share a fancy, nice meal. My husband and I ate at the Boathouse. That was probably the best steak I've ever had in my life, probably ever will have in my life. It was fantastic. We also ate at Be Our Guest. That one didn't have the best food, I'm not gonna lie to you, but the atmosphere alone made up for the food. It's like stepping into a fairy tale, and that is just something you couldn't put a price on, if that makes sense. We also went to the Coral Reef restaurant and got to eat with the Nemo and friends, and you got to see all the sharks and the fishes, and that was like a childhood dream of mine because it was on Full House, so I was like, I got to be the Full House scene! I was so excited. But yeah, if you can get a dining plan, I would suggest to, because you don't want to have to worry about where you're eating, how much you're paying. The dining plan usually doesn't save you much money, but during this time, the one and only time you're ever gonna have a honeymoon, go big or go home kind of thing. Have fun if you can do it. Eat 3 meals, eat fantastic meals, eat stuff you've never tried before. So yeah, if you do have the money, get nothing's free in this world. Get the dining plan if you have the money to do so. Also, number 5, at all of these dining locations, make sure you say you're celebrating your honeymoon, because a lot of times they will give you a free dessert or will make sure you have a dessert that commemorates the fact that you're married, that you're having your honeymoon. There was a few places that we got desserts from, and it was just amazing to feel that special. So I just felt so special. So make sure you let them know when you're making the reservations that you are celebrating your honeymoon. So don't forget to do that. Moving right along to question number 6. In-room celebrations. Now, this is another add-on. So if you don't have the money, please don't feel like you have to do this. It's just a special add-on or bonus. There's a company that Disney uses that brings in-room celebrations to the resorts that you book yourself. Disney, for some reason, does not have in-room celebrations. I don't know if they used to and they just don't anymore, or they never did and we just all assumed it. But you go through this company, and I will link it down below if I can find it. And when you show up to your resort, your room is decorated completely different. There's tons of different packages. There's different options. Some have rose petals all over the bed. Some have chocolates all over the room and rose petals. We got one that had these hats in it, actually. It had chocolates. We got wine glasses. We also did not get wine. They let us substitute wine for sparkling grape juice that they hand make at that company, and it is called Wishes. It is fantastic, great, and amazing to not be alcohol, right? But if you like alcohol, it does come with alcohol, and it came with a lot of other things in there, and it just was so special of a moment. So if you have the finances, do something like that. There's so many options for you to choose from. You and your spouse will definitely love one. Number 7. Take time to smell the roses, okay? This one's a very big one. Take time to smell the roses. Don't feel like you have to go do everything. Take time to enjoy hanging out with your spouse and doing some fun, relaxing things. There's carriage rides at resorts like French Quarter and Riverside. There's downtown Disney, now called Disney Springs, where there's shopping, shows, drinks, food, just amazing things to experience, movie theaters, bowling. There's a lot of fun stuff to do. There's also resort hopping. That's a lot of fun. It's amazing to be able to go from resort to resort to resort and eat at those different restaurants, see those different sites. It's really fun to take a day to just do that. Number 8 is also a very important one. Make sure you take pictures during your honeymoon. Whether you are getting the Disney Picture Pass, which I did, and I'm glad that I did, because I didn't have to worry about going up to a cast member and always asking them to have my phone and to take pictures of me, and I got pictures of all the rides. But make sure you get pictures, because you're gonna wanna remember your honeymoon and you're not gonna wanna forget it. So make sure, whatever you do, do not forget to take pictures. And the last and most important tip in this entire video is you need to do it your own way, and you need to be you. Don't push yourself to stay out for 16 hours a day and feel like you're gonna die when you come home from the trip because you wanna get everything in. Be you, relax, enjoy, do the things you wanna do. Smell those roses, enjoy your time at Disney, and don't do things the way your parents want you to do them, your friends, someone you saw on social media. Do it the way you want to do it and enjoy your honeymoon. So guys, please let me know in the comments down below if you found any of these tips helpful. Please let me know if you've been to Disney on your honeymoon and if you have any other tips to add. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope everyone's staying safe. Have a great week, guys. Bye-bye, my darlings. See you next time.